Beautiful banger day. Look at where we bought from all the way to these highs. I'm going to close out right now and secure this for a $500 day. Come on, price. Keep pushing up. Yo, our full TP's like right there, but whatever. We're going to close out right here. Beautiful $500 day. We literally bought, literally watching N in the May in the back. We literally bought down here. Huge move up all the way to the highs. Amazing, amazing trade. We're going to break that down. The account is now back to break even. We did suffer a loss for our first two trades for negative 600. Now we're up 500. So we're right about by break even. So you know we're going to break all that down and look crazy right now. It's the morning, but it's 11:50, just taking profits. And yeah, price has been doing exactly what I did, right? 5-minute holds, price just rejects, price starts pushing back up to these highs. We're probably going to push to these highs all the way over here that I have drawn on over here, but I'm not going to hold that long because it's already 11:50 and we had no news today. So I just don't want to hold much, but this right here is beautiful.
Check. Yo, what's going on, guys? I was actually going to make this entire vlog video breakdown into a vlog. I was supposed to make this breakdown into a vlog, but I'm just going to give you guys what you want. You know, I passed the funded, right? And we're actually a couple of trades in, so I'm going to update you guys that on our funded account. I'm going to break down the trade that was literally a rocket. It was beautiful. If you guys saw the sniper entry that we got, you have to understand technicals. You have to understand the concepts very well to understand this type of trade. And that's what we're going to be going over now. So instead of boring you guys with a vlog and every breakdown has to come with a vlog, you know, I'm going to try to keep a balance here now. And what I'm going to do is break it down for you guys and just give you what you guys want, give you what you guys came here for, right? So let's go ahead and into the breakdown. So the trade was on NQ, and you can see that, you know, we've had a pretty volatile day, right? Where you could have taken advantage over many levels here, right? You know, we had our trade down here, which I'm going to break down when price finally reached our TPs, which we 100% were going to secure. We had this massive fall off all the way down here. When price swept this out, price dropped all the way up to these highs that we had marked over here. And then what happens after that? Price just dropped another X amount. So we've had a very volatile day. It's actually been extremely volatile, but whatever. You know, this was just a great opportunity on us now to be able to capitalize on this market here. And going into the day, oops, that's my hope I didn't mess anything up. That's my anime, right? Let's go into what I had going into session, what I had going into the day, right? Now, going into session, this is what I have. I have price in the middle of, you know, previous daily low, right, and a buy side liquidity up there. No previous daily high because it was already swept during the pre-market session, so I don't like to mark it off, right? And the only fair value gap that we have is an H4 level right here. Now, you're gonna see that when we get into market open, you know, right? When you're looking at this, when I'm looking at this, the best choice here is two things now, right? When I'm looking at this, I know what I'm looking for, and this is how you should be and go about your trading. You should know this. What am I looking for here? I believe I'm still clearly bullish, right? We have been extremely bullish, right? Yesterday on the daily time frame, you know, we had a daily fair value gap. Price filled it in. Price continued to push up, and we still got highs to reach. So I didn't think it was that over now, right? Now going into this market, right, we have a new high closing above the previous low right here, right? We have a 4-hour fair value gap. But what I really want to keep in mind, right, and really emphasize to you guys is to keep your options open. Price also, you know, has our equilibrium all the way down here. So after such a big move, price might want to balance out our equilibrium down here. Okay. Now, those are the two setups we're looking for. So all I'm waiting for now is for 9:30. We're waiting for that market open. We're waiting to see what we want. We're waiting to see for what the market's going to give us, right? And we're going to go ahead and go to 9 a.m. This is now 9 a.m. Okay? This is now 9 a.m. We're going to go to that 9:30. 9:20, 9:25, 9:25, 9:30. Now we're at 9:30. Price is heavily disrespecting this fair value gap. This is the point where you kind of have to make a decision, right, as a trader. You know, are you still going to use that level? Why would we use that level when it's clearly getting ran through, right? I always tell people this. In trading, I really realize that you have to trust your instincts. You have to trust your intuition, right? You're going to know when a fair value gap is getting respected. You're going to know when the price is respecting an order block, when the price is giving you what you want, when the price is drawing, when you have the, you know, you're going to know. So if you are hesitant, ooh, should I still try to long here and wait for price to no, right? It's getting disrespected, and you very well know that. So you shouldn't be taking that trade. At this point, now the only thing I could really look for is price is either going to keep dropping or price is actually going to come down and balance out its equilibrium, right? The other option that we had. And what happens? That's what happens. Price comes down and balances out our equilibrium. This is an extremely important one. You know, one of our favorite setups, and I've broken it down multiple times on our YouTube channel, right? One of my favorite setups. Price is balancing out our EQ, right? We have one slight fair value gap that was formed, that was already inverted, and on top of that, it was respected and it was closed above. This right here, as it broke above, was our first entry. 2-1, safe stops. I didn't think that price was going to come down here to these lows anymore. And if it did, then we were wrong. And I also went low risk because of this, right? We go down to the 1 minute time frame, and I loved how price was giving us this right here. This 1 minute right here was being respected. A fair value gap was formed, price inverts it, price respects it, and now price is holding at this inverted 5 minute. The only obstacle that we faced here was the inverted 5 minutes here, right? This is the obstacle that we faced. It is getting this trade right here to break through. Price was respecting here. We honestly shouldn't have been in until we got a clear break, but price was playing around. We got in. And then price finally took off, and it was just a rocket, boys. You know, I'm gonna go to the 5 minute time frame because price is actually gonna do something else I predicted, right? At this point, I rolled my stops to break even, right? And I actually rolled my stops to under this level right here. Reason being is because if price inverts and disrespects this 5 minute value gap, it's probably going to go back down to our entry, so we wanted to secure profits on the day. Respect, just exactly as I imagine it. Price finally starts to give us our rejection, and then price is going to go all the way back up and go touch our TP. Actually, this was now that I'm like looking at this, if you saw the video, you saw the video, right? We didn't take profit up here because you're looking at this like, oh, you got stopped out. No, I actually secured my profits at the highs. Give me 1 second. I actually secured my profit at these highs right here. Right, I actually secured my profits to a little T. I actually got out like right before right here, and then price respected it. Price comes down. Price would have taken us out with our stop loss and profit, and then price went ahead and reached these highs all the way here to the left that we had marked off initially, right? So this was a beautiful trade. This was a trade that had to do with our EQ setup. This is a trade that I love to trade. This one was a little sketchier because that we had no major fair value gap down here. That's personally what I like to see. I like to see a major fair value gap be aligned with the equilibrium of the point, so we can really grab that liquidity and push price to its initial draw. This was beautiful. We corrected the entire drop that we got at 8 o'clock, and then prices continue to push up. This is a beautiful trade. Now, where are we on the account? We actually took a small break-even trade. It ended up being like negative $100 on the end of last week, Friday. And then we lost 2 days ago on Monday, 365, putting us down at negative 600 flat. Today, we made that back with a 463 P&L, and we're right under break even. So we're about negative 130 from break even. And yeah, this was a beautiful trade, and I'm just happy because now the goal was to get us to break even, which we, I mentally, I like to say that I'm negative $100 away. And then Thursday and Friday, we pushed this account into profit. So I'm aligned with my goals. I suggest that you guys do the same. Have the goals, have a game plan for each day to day, right? Thursday and Friday are going to be much better market conditions because we actually have news. Monday through Wednesday was no news day. So every day was a low risk day. And yeah, so that's just how the cookie crumbles, right? So fitting that, we start off the challenge with 2 losses basically for a negative 600, right? Mentally, that can really kill you. It actually did to me when I lost a couple days ago at 365. I'm like, bro, I haven't lost in 2.5 weeks, and of course, when the Apex funded account comes, but that's where you literally just got to journal. You literally got to journal. I have my journal right here. Understand what you do, understand what you did. And then just come back to it and take the setups that you know are gonna win, right? Just relax. Once you pass, relax, breathe, and yeah. So now we're basically back at break even. Thursday and Friday, the goal is to push this account into profit with some beautiful, beautiful setups, safe stops, and correct setups, patience and discipline. Thank you guys for watching. Guys, remember that I do have a full mentorship in the description. I have an email I reply immediately, and I also have a training form that you guys can fill out. Thank you guys for watching. Deuces.